can ever brainwash me to make me believe that Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali was better than me. No one can ever brainwash me and tell me that. But one thing I will do, I'm going to take my hat off to them and respect those guys, because those are the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at today.
You don't believe that Muhammad Ali was better than you?
How? He only fought in one weight class. Leon Spinks beat him when he had 7 fights. They had never put a fighter in there with Floyd Mayweather with 7 fights. So you want to tell me that it's cool to lay on the ropes and take punishment, let a man tire himself out from beating you, and then he basically fatigued. You hit him with a few punches, and then he go down and quit, and you want to be glorified for that? Absolutely not. Not me.
Floyd Mayweather.
You know, some took that as disrespect. Some really believe that Floyd Mayweather disrespected Muhammad Ali. You know, and I don't really see where he disrespected Muhammad Ali at. You know, I don't really see him disrespecting the great one in Muhammad Ali. He just gave his honest assessment. He just gave his honest opinion about himself and the great legend, Muhammad Ali. And the key word that he used was, he's not brainwashed. That's what he used. You know, because most people, or most boxing fans that wasn't even born at the time of Ali, or the Ali era, or the Sugar Ray Robinson era, they wasn't born at that time. They can only go on the tapes or the video footage or what the boxing historians say about these great guys in the ring. So they don't really have a true assessment. They don't really have an accurate knowledge about those guys in their era. Either they was too young then or they wasn't born. So they grew up pretty much, basically they was molded into believing these fighters were, you know, the greats of all time. Because that's what they heard down through the years. So I can understand why he made that statement that he wasn't brainwashed. I don't feel though he was being disrespectful. Shit, if I was in Floyd's position, and if I made the most money as a boxer, I probably would say the same things. That I am the best. That I am greater than Muhammad Ali. That I am greater than Sugar Ray Robinson. I would say it respectfully. I wouldn't be disrespectful. Maybe I would have said it the same way he said it. Because he actually believed that shit, you know. I believe he believed that. And there's a lot of people out there that probably agree with him. You know, Ali was great. Did some great things in the ring. But like Floyd said, you know, it's not cool to lay on the ropes and take punishment just to tire a man out. And then hit him with a few punches and the man fall and he's fatigued. He's down and out, fatigued, gave up quick. And I was also listening to Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, you know, giving their assessments on Muhammad Ali's resume versus Floyd Mayweather's resume. And they were saying that Floyd doesn't have a George Foreman or Joe Frazier or Ken Norton. You know, all the guys that Ali fought was not A-plus fighters. Let's be honest here, people. Just like Floyd didn't have all A fighters on his resume, Ali didn't have A fighters on his resume. Can you honestly say that George Foreman was an A fighter? Can you honestly say that? That George Foreman was A plus, an elite fighter. And if you say, yeah, George Foreman was an A-plus fighter, you're a motherfucking liar. You know what I'm saying? You're a liar. Only thing really George Foreman had going for him was a strong chin. He had an iron chin and he had power to knock you out. Take away that, shit, George is a fucking cab driver. No disrespect to you, George Foreman, but hey, it is what it is. To me, George Foreman might have been C fighter. C at best. You know, I kind of equate him to a Marcos Madonna, somewhat. You know, the last opponent that Floyd Mayweather fought. Some say that Madonna is a C plus fighter or a D plus fighter. You know, I can make the same grade with George Foreman. And some other fighters that Muhammad Ali fought. You know, different eras, different times, different fighters, a different mentality. You know, it's different things. You know, fuck it. For the sake of argument, you really can't say it's just one great fighter. You can't really say that. Because there's too many fighters out there. You know, some say, well, he ducked this one, he ducked that one, or he didn't have enough punching power, or he didn't have enough speed, or his arrow was weak, or, you know, it's just certain things, different things that people judge a fighter by, or accordingly. Same with Roy Jones Jr. They didn't give that man no fucking credit, you know, because that's how great he was in his time. He made his fights look so easy. And people would say, well, Roy Jones didn't really have no competition. Roy Jones was, in a weak era. You know, just stupid shit. That's how great Roy Jones Jr. was. You know, he was destroying and beating everybody. Same with Tyson. Mike Tyson, another one. You know, he was destroying people they put in front of him. They say he was in the weak era, a weak heavyweight era. Didn't really want to get him any credit. You know, Floyd said that Ali only fought in one weight class. Man, he couldn't really help that. I mean, he was a heavyweight. You know, Floyd fought in, 5 different weight classes? So he pretty much had the choice to go up and down in weight. Beating on bigger guys, sometimes smaller guys. And then he was arguing about Floyd. Floyd said something about him being in more racism than Ali and all this other crazy shit. Shit that don't really mean nothing, but then they said that Floyd brought some of this racism on himself. That shit don't make sense. If Floyd was to bring racism on himself, then I guess that we as a collective brought racism on ourselves as well. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the hate part. I can understand the hate coming from the fans that don't like Floyd because of his personality or his persona. The way he, his lavish lifestyle, shit like that. But for you to say that he brought racism on himself, that shit just don't make sense to me. I'm not here trying to discredit Ali's career. Man did some great things in the ring. Did some great things on the outside of the ring. He did some things that I can't say that I did in my lifetime. But it's nothing new. Floyd said this years ago. And he's saying it now. I don't think that he disrespected him. I think he was just, being honest. I think it was just his honest assessment. That's all it is.